Is TNA currently doing better than WWE? I mean, as far as financially, absolutely not. WWE will always be the empire, the top of the empire of pro wrestling. We all know that. They're not going to be overtaken anytime soon, if ever, especially by TNA. Regardless of how much money Dixie Carter's family might have, they will never be able to buy out WWE. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a WWE mark. I'm a TNA mark too. I've been watching these two companies for almost the same exact amount of time. I started watching WWE in April of 2008, and I started watching TNA the following August. So there's not really that much of a difference at all. I'm not biased towards more towards one company than I am the other. I'm pretty balanced, and I have to be since I'm a journalist, so I kind of have to be. But obviously, I write more about WWE because it has more stuff going on, and more people watch it, and I can get more conversation going with it, as opposed to writing about TNA, and no one really knows what I'm talking about. No one cares. No one watches the product. I have pushed people in the past to watch the product. I said for most of 2012 that TNA was the better company. From at least February to maybe not February, but TNA really started to get good last year, maybe from February to, I want to say, maybe in the fall season. Up until the summer, TNA was the dominant company, in my eyes, in terms of entertainment, not financially or any of that BS. I'm talking about entertainment-wise, in my eyes. Just purely my opinion, nobody else's. But right now, I would have to say that TNA is more entertaining to watch. I mean, not all their shows are going to be home runs. I mean, the Thanksgiving show was was pure proof of that, so that was not pretty. But Raw right now is usually bad more often than not, which is unfortunate given how hot the product was after SummerSlam when Daniel Bryan won his first WWE title. We had Orton and Triple H turn heel. We had John Cena leave for a while. We had Sheamus off for a while, who is still out right now. We don't know when he's going to be back. So it's been a very interesting few months for WWE. They have definitely fallen far. I can't remember the last time the product was as uninteresting as it is right now. And that's saying a lot. I mean, I haven't been watching all that long, if you haven't already noticed. I've only been watching for 5 years. That's really, really little compared to a lot of people who've been watching for 10, 15, 20 years, even more than that. So I understand that, but for as long as I've been watching wrestling, since at least the start of the PG era, there have been no times in wrestling that have been as boring as this one since at least 2010. 2010 was dominated by Nexus for the most part, but aside from that, 2010 was a dud year for WWE in my eyes. They had the whole Kane and Undertaker feud for most of the year. That was good at some points, but then it kind of, overstayed its welcome. And then Cena just dominating the Nexus after SummerSlam was kind of pointless. And then Batista left. We had Shawn Michaels leave. Triple H retired, or semi-retired. He didn't come back until the following February of 2011. So I would say the last bad year in WWE was 2010. And that's kind of what we're going into right now. We have been in that for a while. Since at least September, the product of WWE has not been good. TNA has been definitely improving since Bound for Glory. I did not enjoy Bound for Glory all that much, but the whole TNA title tournament and the death of the Aces and Eights and some other things that they're doing, some subtle things like the Chris Sabin is X Division champion. I'll get to a few other things like the Bromance as tag team champions. Couldn't care less for those guys, and especially Zema Ion. I've never been a fan of Zema Ion, but putting him in a disc jockey gimmick, I'm only speaking for myself here. I just think it's obnoxious, and I don't think it really fits who he is. But I read an interview shortly thereafter, after forming these assumptions about this gimmick, was that he actually is a disc jockey or something along those lines in real life, and he enjoys doing it. He's been pitching into TNA for a while, so you know what? All the power to him. If he has fun doing it, if that's what his personality is, then all the power to him. I'm just saying, I just find it annoying. They don't need another addition to the Bromance act. They're annoying as it is. I like Robbie E. I've been watching Robbie E. for almost 5 years now, since he was, what was his name down in the indie circuit? Not Big Papa Pump, that's Scott Steiner. What was I going to say? Robbie Echoes. I can't remember what his nickname was, but even still, Robbie E. I've been watching for a while. He's a great athlete, just with just an outdated gimmick with the whole Jersey Shore bull crap. But, even so, like I said, I digress. But there's a lot of things about TNA right now that I like. They are better more often than they aren't. With Hulk Hogan gone, Eric Bischoff isn't writing the show anymore. Dixie Carter, as at least a heel, I can tolerate her as a heel. That's kind of who she is. That's not who she is in real life, but she's probably a very nice woman. But, I just do not like Dixie Carter at all. I don't know as a person, but as a character, I just hate her. So she's just much better off suited as a heel. So that's a good thing they're doing right now. The whole AJ Styles thing, when he's coming back, I'm intrigued by that. So not everything, but most things that TNA is doing right now, I am intrigued by. WWE, not so much. It's kind of far and few between as far as things that I like about WWE right now.